time because he had asthma. And Liam was not able to play outside like small children his age. He was not able to do the things that he wanted to do like other children his age. He would get a lot of congestion, he could not breathe, he had allergies, and he pretty much had to stay inside. His mother was going crazy because she kept cleaning the house to try to eliminate the dust and the mold and the allergens that would start having him have an asthma attack. But it was very difficult for her. So they brought him in to me, and the mother's crying and says, "Please, can you help my child? There's nothing else, no other doctors are helping my child." And I said, "Okay, I'm gonna do my best." So I started chiropractic care with Liam, and I started adjusting him 3 times a week for about 8 weeks. And I saw some dramatic changes in him, right? Like he started actually having more energy, he could breathe better, he had more of a vitality, he was more like kids his age. And I tell you this story because there are hundreds or thousands of Liams right here in Hong Kong. There are children like this right here in Hong Kong that need your help. Now, Liam went away, his family went away for about a year, and then they came back, and I noticed that he had grown so much, right? He was on the football player on his team. He was able to run around and play with all of the other kids his age. So I said that, you know, chiropractic gave him his life back, right? It gave him his ability to be able to have energy and vitality. And there's hundreds of thousands of people in your community right now that need you. And so in the short time that we have today, I want to have you walk away with at least one action step that you're going to take to improve yourself as a chiropractor, to improve yourself so that you can help more of those kids, more of those people who are suffering out there. We have a gift in our hands. We have an ability that we have been taught. And if you're not using this ability to your maximum, you must make a change. And that's what I want to help you understand today. So let's all take a verbal commitment and say, yes, we're going to take one action step at the end of this. If you hear one small thing that is going to be able to change the lives of hundreds or thousands of people, that's significance, right? Like you've made a huge difference in people's lives. So chiropractic is one of the most amazing modalities in the world. We know that, right? The other day, I was working on this presentation actually, and I had this intense headache. And it was a migraine, and I never get headaches because I'm always getting adjusted regularly. But when I had this headache, I couldn't function. Like I just was having the most difficult time. The head was aching, and I had a migraine, so I had the nausea, the vomiting, the photophobia, the phonophobia. I couldn't even function. So I just got adjusted, and I had to go to sleep. And I slept for about 7 hours. And I don't want to be, you know, of course people in their migraines, you know, they don't want to be in the light at all. They don't want anyone talking to them, right? And so I said to myself, for those 7 hours, I was completely dysfunctional. Like I did not contribute to anyone, including myself, at all, right? All I had to do was sleep. So there's people like that in our society today. But there are people that I see constantly that they come in and see me for the first time and they say, Dr. Tahir, I have migraines every single day. And I had migraine once, maybe this is like my second migraine in my life, and I thought to myself, how do people live this way? And how do people live this way? But they just get used to it. They get used to it. So it's our responsibility to change the pattern. It's our responsibility to help educate them, to help them understand that they don't need to live this way, that they need to refer their friends and family into us so that they can living a healthier, more vibrant life, right? So that's really a lot of what I want to express today. Now we know that chiropractic works on the musculoskeletal system, but obviously it works on the nervous system too. And I use this, this is actually from the Parker Share. Parker College of Chiropractic has the Share products, and this is one of the ones, and for the presentation tomorrow, I've brought some for everybody there, so that you can use this and you can make copies and you can show this to your patients. This is a very, very powerful image because it shows that the nervous system is connected to the skeletal system, but it's also connected to every single section and part of your body, your heart, your lungs, your stomach, your spleen, your kidneys, right? So people like Liam, his asthma is going to get better because I start adjusting his thoracic spine, right? Liam doesn't have neck pain, he doesn't have back pain, but all he has is asthma. So that was a case study in my own practice that I saw significant change. It happens all the time, right? I had a child who came in with bedwetting. The child, has a very difficult time. We start adjusting the lumbar spine and we start seeing changes. We have a lot of different studies that are coming out in chiropractic now with things like ear infections and allergies and asthma and ADD. It's not just neck pain and back pain. So I heard something the other day that was like, if you are using chiropractic for your patients for just neck pain and back pain, it's like using an iPhone and buying that just for the calculator, right? We don't do that. The iPhone can do so many things, right? So it's the same thing with chiropractic. Are you thinking about your pancreas right now? No, you're not. Are you thinking about your neurons that are firing? No, you're not. But your nervous system is your central system, as we know, and it's where the vitality is happening. You can only live for 2 seconds without your nervous system, right? And so you want to really think beyond just the neck pain and the back pain. So we have our proof, right? This is just one study that we have in the JMPT. This was done by the Swedish Chiropractic Association, where they found that 23% of the people that were adjusted saw differences in one positive reaction in respiratory system, digestive system, circulatory system, eyes and vision even, right? And that's just with the adjustment. That's with people who were coming in for neck pain and back pain. So you have to think beyond what we're just basically taught. You have to think beyond that and start thinking about the holistic point of view and the human body as a whole. So when I first started out, I was renting space from a chiropractor, and the space was not a good space. And today I have my mom here and my sister here, and they had seen the space. It was not a good space. But I didn't want to take any more student loans out. So the space was very dark. Chiropractor was not succeeding, not doing very well. Very chaotic place. I would be doing the exam, and he was renting space to a woman and her child upstairs. And what would happen is I'm doing the exam, and the baby would just start crying, and I'm trying to get the information from the patient. So it's embarrassing, too. And it was difficult to have a business there, right? So tried to build the business and tried to do the best I could. And the chiropractor didn't really help me very much. He gave me the space, which I'm very, very grateful for. But I knew one thing. I knew vitality. I knew chiropractic worked, right? And so I would do my best to educate the patients. That's what we always want to do, educate the patients. And so I was in that place, and what I did is I tried to immerse myself in chiropractic as much as I could. I tried to be able to grow myself within chiropractic and learn business and learn how to do practice management. So slowly and slowly, I started growing. And in chiropractic, we say you didn't choose chiropractic, chiropractic chose you. Somehow, somewhere, some way, you got to this point. You're sitting in these seats today. And it's not a coincidence, right? You may have thought, okay, these things happen. Everything in your life has happened to a point to lead you to this point. And I want to share with you today how I got from that office that was not very good, and in a difficult time in my life, to a point where really I was able to achieve a lot of success very quickly. And I want to share those tactics with you today. And so I'm hoping that you'll be able to pick up on something that you'll be able to take with you to improve your patients and improve your practice. This is my building here that I purchased last year. Now, it's not in a big city. It is a city, but it's not as big as Hong Kong. And I went from that practice that was much smaller, and I kept growing it, and I went to another practice, a bigger place. But I went on my own, and I was one of the most scariest points of my life is when I went from renting the space from the chiropractor, even though the baby was crying and all of these things was going on all the time, it was very unprofessional. And I went out on my own for the first time. And it's scary because you don't know what's going on. You don't know how to run a business. You don't know anything about billing. You don't. In the United States, we have insurance, so we have to know a lot about billing and coding and all of these things that you don't really have to worry about here so much, right? So I had to learn all of these things all the time, and I was staying up day and night. I really didn't sleep very much, and I couldn't hire the staff because I didn't have much money in the beginning, right? So I became the chiropractor, and I became the billing person, I became the receptionist. So I still have the system that I used to use at that point, where the patient would come in, I would put them on the table, I would direct them to the table, the next patient would come out, and I would go and I would take their payment, make their next appointment, and then the next person would come in. It would work pretty good, except during the rush hour, right? Because then the patients were just standing and waiting, and all these people are just, standing around. And so I built myself from there. And I still continue to go back to vitalism, right? To go back to the healing that we know comes from the chiropractic work that we do. So that practice got bigger, and I moved it to another location, and I was able to hire some staff, and I hired an associate, and had a holistic medical doctor and a massage therapist, which we'll go into a little bit more tomorrow, is how are you maximizing your revenue? Are you using other modalities in terms of other people that you can rent the space to? Have other employees, and how do you manage the employees? So when you come to the workshop tomorrow, you'll be able to see and take away some of those strategies that I will teach you. We'll be able to go further in depth into it that I cannot go into today. That practice got bigger, and then I moved it to this location, and we have 2 associates there, and that's how I'm here today, is because today actually the office is open. The revenue is still coming in, which is wonderful, and the practice is running itself. And in this journey, I was able to learn a lot of different strategies and techniques. And that's what I want to show you today, right? This is the name of my practice, High Point Chiropractic Wellness. And in that journey, I was able to get to this level of being one of the top 100 entrepreneurs in the country under the age of 30. And we were honored at the White House with the Obama administration, and it was wonderful because our model was so unique. Of vitality, of vitalism, of holistic healing. Right? So a lot of places in America, we don't really have that. You have here some traditional Chinese medicine, but still chiropractic is still a separate entity, and you have to see that. It's very unique, you have a gift. And so are you using that gift? That's what I want you to start questioning and thinking about today. Are you using that gift to your maximum potential? So from this point, the business was honored at the United Nations, and it was wonderful. We were able to continue growing and developing and learning new strategies of entrepreneurship and how to build a business. These aren't things that were taught in school. I don't know about you, but I went to Neurochiropractic College, and I was not taught any business advice in school. But you have to keep being focused, and you have to keep surrounding yourself with that knowledge all the time. And that's how you get to the next level. And I've been very blessed to be able to, just started writing for the American Chiropractor, as you're mentioning, speaking for Parker Seminars, and received Woman of the Year in the chiropractic profession. And I tell you this just to show you that you can get from a place, if you are struggling or if you're unhappy, you're in a difficult place, you can get from this place and you can get to this place. But a lot of it is right here, in your mind. It is. The thoughts that we believe about ourselves, the beliefs that we have, that's what dictates our reality. Ultimately, 100%. We are our own worst enemy, and we are our own success. And that's why I share this with you today. So at this point now, I consult with chiropractors to help them grow their own businesses, to help them understand where the issues are. And I'm here for the next couple of days, so you can definitely, use me, pick my brain, help me understand how I can help you best. Because I know if I can help you, you'll be able to go and help tons more people. And we need to bring chiropractic to the world. That's what drives me. That's what fuels me, is that we need to bring chiropractic to as many people as possible. So you create your own reality, okay? Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. So you go to the same place every day, you go in your car or you walk on the subway, go to work, do the work, come back, eat, go to sleep, go to work, like that's what happens, right? And that becomes your habit. And this is a very important point. Your habits is what's going to change who you are. So if we're going to change where we are, maybe you're not happy in your career, maybe you're not happy in your finances, maybe you're not happy with even a relationship, maybe there's some area of your life you might not be happy. The way you're going to change that is by changing your habits. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So this is a very amazing thing that happened, and I want to share with you. So does anybody know where Times Square is in New York City? Right? Do you have something similar to that here in Hong Kong? What is it called? Times Square. I googled Times Square Hong Kong. It's not like as big as this one, but it is a little square. So Times Square is one of the most famous places in the world. And it is the second most visited place in the world out of everything. 330,000 people go there every day, okay? And because the real estate is such high value, because you can really demonstrate and show your product there, it costs between $1.1 and $4 million if you want to advertise in Times Square. So in the last couple of years, I'm from New York, and I go down and I'm on the board of the New York Chiropractic Council, so we have our meetings in New York City. And I go to Times Square, and I would think, now this is the power of the thought, and this is how powerful you are. So I really want to demonstrate this. Watch, this is very important. I would think, I would love to see my billboard here one day. Now that's kind of a crazy thought, right? Because $1.1 million to $4 million, like that's a lot of money for a real estate billboard. And so by thinking that, when we were honored at the United Nations, I was selected to have my business on the NASDAQ billboard. And we didn't know that. It was a complete surprise. So we got there and it was, wow, I can't believe that. That really happened. But that's a very, very individual thought. So you need to dream bigger. You need to think beyond. Right? If you have 4 clinics, you can have 8 clinics. Right? Or maybe you can have clinics in America. Maybe you can have, maybe one day when we go to the moon and there's life going on over there, maybe you can have bring chiropractic to the moon, right? So I'm all about you have to dream really big. And I think that that's a big part of where my success has come from. I decided, actually a long time ago, I said I would love to go to the White House. And now in the White House, we have a lot of regulations. You're really very difficult to be able to get in and all of that because of the security and everything like that. And then that occurred, that happened, right? So if you have a thought, you have the ability to make it happen. I want to urge you to realize that. If you have the thought to make something happen, you can make it happen. Right? So don't shrink back, don't play small, don't think you can't do it. If I wish to have a clinic here in Hong Kong, I don't speak Chinese at all. Like 2 words, right? But I thought about it. I said, this is an amazing place. It would be amazing to have a clinic here. I would love it. I would be so excited, and we could bring chiropractic to this place. But then I thought to myself, there's the negative part of you, right? Isn't there a negative part of us? Can we all agree, right? There's a negative part of us that you're crazy. You don't know Chinese. You don't know anything about how you get the business here, how you get everything set up here. Why would you think that you could get a business here? But you have to say to yourself, when the negative thoughts come, cancel, cancel. That's what he said. Cancel, cancel. No. I want to practice in Hong Kong. I will have a practice in Hong Kong. So the negativity and the fear is what keeps us small. But your purpose is to be big, right? Your purpose is to be big. And a lot of that, I really hope many of you will be coming tomorrow, because I'll be able to go deeper into these principles. We're going to be doing a workshop mode. We're going to be getting into those limiting beliefs that we have, how to change the power of the mind so that you can start living a life where you're having more purpose, where you have more passion, where you have more energy, where you have more fulfillment. Those are the types of feelings that we want for our life, right? We're not just meant to just be eating and drinking and going to sleep and going to work. That's not what we really want. We want a life that's fulfilling, a life that's meaningful. So I am. This, I believe, are the 2 most powerful words in the dictionary. something right now about yourself that's positive. I am, okay? So I will say, for me, I'll say I am confident, okay? So you have, does everybody have like a positive right after that? That's the I am, something positive, right? Okay, can we all agree we have something? Now, I want you to go and think something negative about yourself. Something you don't like. Something that makes you irritated about yourself, right? So I will say I am disorganized, okay? Because I can motivate a snail, and I can do all of these things, but you should look at my desk. And I felt a lot better when I saw a picture of Albert Einstein's desk, and I said, it was very messy too. I rationalized to myself, he was messy, I'm messy, he was a genius. I can be a genius, right? But the point of this is that when you think of the I am negative, these are the things we say to ourselves, right? I was catching you with it yesterday, wasn't I? We catch each other. Say, oh, I don't want to, I cannot, I don't think I can, I'm not sure. And these words come through us and we don't even recognize it. So it's our responsibility to catch each other. So if I say, I'm confident, well, I can appear confident because I've told myself that. And you may think that I'm confident because I've told myself that. If I say I'm disorganized, and if I say that to myself, everyone will start telling me, you know what, Dr. Tahir, you didn't pass me those, my staff does say it to me, right? So this is a running theme, even though I know these principles and I live them and I think them and I own them, I see it in myself too, right? I was even doing it last night and I caught myself and I said, you know what, Dr. Shu, I was like, I have to change that. I have to change that. This is not right, what I'm saying. So these are the two most powerful words. If I say that I'm disorganized, everybody's going to start thinking I'm disorganized, I'm going to think I'm disorganized, and I'm going to think that I am like terrible in that area of my life, right? So these are the two most powerful words because everything that you put after it immediately becomes true. So when you say to yourself, I am strong, I am confident, I am loving, I am beautiful, I am amazing. We're all going to do it right now. Let's just do it, okay? So you're just going to repeat after me. I am strong.
I'm
strong. A little more oomph than that, come on.
Can we stand up?
Yes, let's do it. Let's all stand up. Let's all stand up. Get a little energy going here. Okay, let's do it, okay? I'm strong.
I'm strong.
I like that. That's very good. Let's do a little motion with that, okay? I am strong.
I'm strong.
A stronger motion than that. I am strong.
I'm strong.
I am powerful.
I'm powerful.
I am intelligent.
I'm intelligent.
I am beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
I am lovable.
I am lovable.
I see some people aren't doing this. I see some people are not doing it. Okay, we're all working on this, okay? I am intelligent.
I am intelligent.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am intelligent.
I am intelligent.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am lovable.
I am lovable.
I am kind.
I am kind.
I am healing.
I am healing.
And I am an amazing doctor.
And I'm an amazing doctor.
Wonderful. Give yourself a hand. I want to take this moment to thank all of you for having me here. You don't know how much gratitude I feel. Dr. Shu and also Dr. Shu, you have been so amazing to help bring me here. I so appreciate you. I really do. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart because this helps me to fuel my mission to bring chiropractic to the world. And you don't know how much it means to me. And to have all of you here, just that you're here, you're showing up, that you want to make a change, you want to make a difference. There's other people who are not here right now who need to be. There are other people who are struggling in chiropractic who need to be here, who could be helping more people and they're not here. And so I want to, you guys need to give yourselves a round of applause. So affirmations, we have proof of that, right? So there's a lot of different studies that have come out. This is just a very small amount. That affirmations actually work, okay? So they did a study where they evaluated students who were going to be taking tests and problem solving, and they evaluated them before they took the test, and they didn't do any affirmations, and then before they took the test, and they did do affirmations, and they had a significant difference. It was amazing, and this is like one of the most well-known studies out there. is showing that actually there is a lot of measurable neurophysiological effects, really, to affirmation. So everything we did right now, you're rewiring your brain, you're changing the way that you're perceiving your reality. But your responsibility is to do that work that we did right now, that short 5 minutes of I am strong, I am powerful, I am intelligent, I am beautiful. You've got to consistently say that to yourself. You have to reprogram the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the most powerful place in the world. It's the most powerful place in the world because it's in your mind. These thoughts, right now you may be thinking what I'm saying, you might be thinking about something else, you might be thinking about what we're going to eat, whatever. That's maybe 4 or 5 thoughts. But your subconscious mind is responsible for 40 million thoughts in any given moment. That's a lot of thoughts, right? That's a lot of thoughts. And how do we monitor? Now, you can't go and start thinking about all the thoughts that you have. But the best way to understand if you have negative thoughts is how you feel. When we feel stressed, when we feel that tension in our gut, when we feel unhappy, when we feel sad, when we feel disappointed, when we feel jealous, when we feel insecure, all of these like not such great feelings that we get, that's pointing to something bigger is going on, that you have a negative thought. So when I'm feeling overwhelmed by papers all over my desk, my thought is I am disorganized and I feel stressed out. So who's the one who's going to change these thoughts? I can't ask my mom or my sister or my patients or my employees to change that. They can clean my desk all day, but it's going to go back if I continue to think I'm disorganized, right? Are we following here? That makes sense, right? So the power of the thought, like we just talked about, I am stressed out, I'm not good enough, I cannot have success, right? Everybody here has had these thoughts. You're lying if you tell me you haven't. We all think that we have these